Hello guys, welcome to my channel and today I am going to do EXP22 Excel chapter 6 hands-on exercise mortgage. Basically this is the 6th chapter of Excel section of this PSN course, and in this video I will be doing this assignment step by step and you can get your assignments done by watching this complete video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Word, Excel, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, all other writing assignments, mathematics or statistics. So at start of the instruction we are given with project description. There is nothing to solve in this project description, but I suggest you to read this project description well. Once you will read this, then you will get an idea about the assignment and this will be easy for you to solve this assignment on your own. Then we have main part of the assignment, that is steps to perform to complete this project, and we have a total of 26 steps to get this assignment done. In this video, I am not only going to solve these questions or steps for you, I am also going to make you learn Microsoft Excel as well. So if you want to learn Microsoft Excel or if you want to do this assignment, then you are supposed to watch this complete video and you are supposed to follow me step by step. So now let's start with step number 1 of the assignment, and step number 1 of the assignment is saying start Excel, download and open the file named EXP22 Excel chapter 6 hands-on exercise mortgage. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of file name. Okay? So I have already downloaded this Excel workbook. This is the Excel workbook that we gonna use to solve this assignment. We will apply all the instructions, all the steps to this Excel workbook, and we gonna make this Excel workbook in the final form for the submission. So your first task in this assignment is to download and open this Excel workbook. I have already downloaded that one and you can download this from your Pearson or course dashboard. So there is nothing else to solve in step number 1. Step number 1 is just about downloading of this Excel workbook. I have already downloaded and you can download. So let's move to step number 2 now. So step number 2 is saying, as you complete your mortgage calculation, you would like to use range names to make the formulas easier to understand. Create the range name purchase price for cell B2 and down payment for cell B3. So first we are supposed to go to cell B2. This is cell B2. Okay? And that will be our purchase price, cell B2. So we will simply click in cell B2 and click here where you can see the name and type the name here. That is the purchase price as given in the instruction. Okay? Purchase price without any spacing between them. So we will click in cell B2 and we will type the name here and press enter. So we have given the name purchase price to cell B2. Okay. Now we are supposed to give the name down payment for cell B3. Go to cell B3 and click in this section and type the name down payment and press enter. So now you can see the down payment name here as well. So we have created two range name for cell B2 and cell B3. Okay, and that is all about step number 2 where we were supposed to create the range names. Now we are supposed to do step number 3. You have decided to utilize an alternative method of creating range names for the remainder of the variables. Create range name for the range A9 up to B13 using the create from selection method. So first of all, we will select this range, that is A9 up to B13. A9 up to B13, this one. So we have selected this range starting from cell A9 ending at B13, and we are supposed to create the range name using the create from selection method. So we will select this range, we will go to formula tab, and here you can see defined name. Okay, click this arrow and you can see the create from selection. We are supposed to use this method. Now you should make sure that this left column box should be checked, this one, because these range names will be based on the left column. So we will select this left column and click OK. So now you can see that we have created the range name for all of these cells, and you can see the names here as well. The list of names is appearing there because we have created the more range names for the different variables. Okay, and that is all about step number 3 of the assignment, where we were supposed to create the range names. So I have created the range names. So now we are supposed to do next step of the assignment, that is step number 4. You would like to edit the previously created named range. To do so, you will use the name manager. Delete the monthly payment named range. Edit the down payment named range so it appear as down payment, and edit the purchase price as the purchase price. Okay. So first of all, we are supposed to delete the monthly payment range name. So go to formulas tab, click on the defined name and click name manager. Here we can see the different names. So we are supposed to delete this monthly payment. Here it is mentioned we are supposed to delete the monthly payment. So select this one and click delete. Excel will give us the warning, click OK. Now we are supposed to edit 2 range names. First we are supposed to rename the down payment as down payment. So click down payment, click edit, remove this and give new name, that is the down payment. Okay. So click OK. So this has been renamed. Now we are supposed to rename the purchase price as the purchase price, purchase underscore price. So select the purchase price here. Okay, click edit, remove this and type purchase underscore price. Click OK. So now you can see that we have renamed the down payment and we have renamed the purchase price, and close that one. And that is all about step number 4. So now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 5. Okay. You would like to apply the newly created named range to the existing formulas in the worksheet. Apply defined name to the existing formulas on the home loan worksheet. Once completed, name range should appear in cell B12 and B14. So here we have formula. Here we have formula. Okay. So select this B10. Select this B10 and click in cell B10. Select this B11 and click in cell B11. Select this B9 and click in cell B9 and press enter. Okay. Now B14, this one. Select B13 and simply click cell B13. Select B9 and simply select B9. Okay, and press enter. So that is the first way. Other way, you can simply go to define name and click use in formula, and here from here you can select the respective range names. Okay, and that is all about step number 5 of this assignment. So we have completed 5 steps of this assignment, and now we're going to do next step of this assignment, that is step number 6. You would like to document the named range by inserting them as a list on a new worksheet. Create a new worksheet named range names. Insert the previously created range names on the worksheet starting in cell A2. Set the width of column A to B to autofit. So we are supposed to create a new worksheet. Click this plus symbol to add a new sheet. We have added a new sheet, sheet 1. Right click on that and rename and type the new name, that is range name, because we are supposed to rename this, and press enter. Now go to the home loan, go to define name, go to range names, click in cell A1, define name, name manager, use in formula, click paste name and click paste list. So we have pasted the list. Now resize column A and B. So we have pasted the list of range name into the range name worksheet, and that is all about step number 6, where we were supposed to paste the list. Now we are supposed to do next step of the assignment, that is step number 7. As you continue your analysis, you would like to create a one variable data table to explore the impact of various interest rate on the payment, total interest, and the total amount repaid. To complete the table, you will first create substitution values. On the home loan sheet, beginning in cell D4, enter substitution values from 4% to 6%, increasing in 0.25% increments, completing the range D4 up to D12. So first of all, we will go to cell D4 and we will type 4%. On the home loan worksheet, go to cell D4 and type 4%. Okay. Now go to home tab, go to this fill option and select series. So we are supposed to complete the series in column D. So we will simply select column. Okay. Now our increment is given, that is 0.25%. Okay. So we will simply type 0.25% here, and that will end at 6%. So we will type stop value should be 6% and click OK. So now you can see that we have completed a series of substitution values starting from cell D4 ending at cell G12. Okay, and that is all required in step number 7. So we have completed step number 7 as well. Okay, now we are supposed to do step number 8. To continue the construction of one variable data table, you will add formulas to the table structure. Add a reference to cell that contains the monthly payment, cell B12 in cell E3. So we will go to cell E3 here, and we are supposed to add a reference to the monthly payment. We will type an equal sign and monthly payment is given here. Okay, cell B12. Press enter. Now we are supposed to add a reference to cell that contains the total repay loan in cell F3, that is B13. So we will go to cell F3 and we will give a reference to cell B13 that has the total repay loan. Okay, this one. Then we will go to cell G3 and we will enter a reference to cell B14 that has total interest paid. So go to cell G3, type an equal sign and select the cell B14 that has total interest paid, this one. So we were supposed to enter the reference to monthly payment, cell B12 in cell E3. In cell F3 we were supposed to enter the reference to cell total repay loan, that is cell B13, and in G3 we are supposed to enter a reference to cell B14 that has the total interest paid, and that is all about step number 8. So we have completed 8 steps. Now let me do next step, that is step number 9. Complete the one variable data table using the APR in cell B4 as the column input. So now we are supposed to complete a one variable data table. Okay, so we will select this range, go to data tab, and here go to what if analysis and select data table. So this is one variable data table, so our table will have one variable, and in this case our one variable is cell B4 as given in the instruction, that is the APR, and that will be our column input. So cell B4 APR, click OK. So we have completed one variable data table. Okay, that is all about step number 9. Now we are supposed to do step number 10. You would like to format the one variable data table to add clear labels that are easier to understand. Apply a counting number format to the range E4 up to G12. So we will select E4 up to G12, and we are supposed to apply accounting number format. So go to home tab and go to number format and apply accounting number format, this one. Okay. Now, next create the following custom names for the range E3 up to G3. So E3 will be our payment. Okay, so we will simply go to cell E3, go to home tab, in number format click this arrow and select custom. We are supposed to give a custom name, select general, and here remove this general and in inverted commas type payment. Okay, and click OK. So we have given a name of payment to cell E3. Now we are supposed to give a name total repaid to cell F3. So we will go to cell F3, again go to the home tab, in number section click this arrow, go to custom, remove this general, and in inverted commas we are supposed to type total repaid. So we have given a name of total repaid to cell F3. Similarly, we are supposed to give a name to cell G3. That should be total interest. Go to cell G3, go to home tab, in number section click this arrow, go to custom, okay, select general, remove this general, and in inverted commas we are supposed to type the name that is total interest. So we have given the name payment, total repaid, and total interest. Okay, and that is all about step number 10. So we have completed 10 steps of this assignment so far, and now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 11. You would like to create a two variable data table. So now we are supposed to create a two variable data table to explore the impact of changing interest rates and home cost on the monthly payment. To begin creating the structure of the table, you will enter substitution values for the home cost and interest rate. Enter 150,000, 175,000 and 200,000 in the range J3 up to L3. So in J3 we are supposed to type 150,000. 150,000. In cell K3 we are supposed to type 175,000. 175,000. And here we are supposed to type 200,000. Okay. So we have entered the substitution values in J3, K3, L3. Format these values with the counting number format with 2 decimal places. Expand the column width as needed if pound sign appear. Okay. So we are supposed to select these, go to home tab, and we are supposed to apply a counting number format with 0 decimal places. Click this arrow, select a counting number format, and decimal places should be 2. So we will select 2 as the decimal places, click OK. Now best fit this column. Okay, this one. Now start in cell I4. Complete the series of substitution values ranging from 4% to 8%. So in I4 we will simply type 4% as the substitution value. Okay. Now we are supposed to complete a series of substitution values starting from cell 4%, starting from 4% to 8% with an increment of 0.25%. Okay. So click here, go to home tab, okay, go to fill and select series. Okay. We are supposed to complete the series in column, so select column. Our step value is 0.25%. Okay. And this should end at 8%. Okay. As it is mentioned in the instruction, it should start from 4%. It should end at 8% and increment is 0.25%. Okay. Click OK. So we have completed a series of substitution values. Okay. And that is all about step number 11. Now we are supposed to do next step, that is step number 12. Enter a reference to the monthly payment cell B12 in cell I3. So I3 is here and we are supposed to enter a reference to monthly payment that is given in cell B12 here. Press enter. Okay. Now, and complete the two variable data table using the cost of home B12 as the row input and okay. Okay. Now select this range. We have selected the range. Okay. Now we are supposed to complete two variable data table. So select this range, go to data tab, okay, in what if analysis select data table. Okay, so our column input was B4 APR, okay, in the one variable data table, that will be same. Okay, B4 is the column input, okay, and now row input is the cost of the home B2 as the row input, and B2 cost of home will be the row input. So now in this case our variable will be 2 because this is a two variable data table. So row input will be B2, that is the cost of home, and column input will be 4, that is the APR, and click OK. So we have completed two variable data table, okay, and that is all about step number 12. So in this video I have solved 12 steps for you. That is more than half of the assignment that I have completed for you in this video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, including all the Word, Excel, PowerPoint or Access assignments, then you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. Please reach me out through WhatsApp or email and hire me for your courses, and I will produce best grade for you in your courses. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will get back to you with another powerful solution. Thank you so much again.